Today a girl waved at me and then she said, "It's really cheesy." And I asked her what was, and she said, "Waving." Do other people consider waving as cheesy? I just thought it's like a way to greet people. But hey, hello dudes, welcome. Today I wanted to talk about something vulnerable. I've been working on developing my FE a lot, so expect FE related videos because that's just how things go apparently. Also, sorry the light is like weird because my like proper actual light, not study lamp, was going a little crazy. Also, sorry for the dog barking outside if you can hear it. But yeah, let's talk about ENTPs and their fears. So, oddly enough, I was actually talking to a friend about this today, and I was talking about that I'm scared of the fact that I'll be 30 and I'll be living with my parents and I won't be able to sort of do things, because I have my own plans and I have my own ambitions, like most people do. And lately, I've just been a question mark. You know, everything that has ever seemed to sort of be true is kind of not making sense to me anymore. I don't know. I'm just being really existential lately, but yeah, that's kind of what's been happening. Um, and it's like the entire thing with school, and I'm really like questioning what is sort of the point of this, and I'm gonna go to college and etc. etc. We all know how it works. Get a job. Again, you know how it works. Most people know how it works. So that's that. That's interesting, but well, not really. It's kind of really boring. But yeah, so lately I've just been extremely existential about all this, which is cool. I guess like everybody is at some point. What I wanted to talk about is like a fear of mine, and which is, I don't remember if I already mentioned this, but it was that I didn't want to be old and like still living under, or living not under, living with my parents and kind of be nowhere in life, you know? And that's kind of like a big fear because I'm an ambitious person. I have a lot of hopes and dreams and aspirations, as most people do, but um, I'm scared of not being able to meet the criteria that I set for myself. And I was watching this C.S. Joseph video, and oddly enough, he also talks about our SI, uh, which is basically our function of like being insecure. And it talks about how we don't go out to the real world and experience things, which makes sense because your introverted sensing, it's very similar to introverted thinking, which is you're just sitting. Well, it's not. Is it? No, it's not that similar to introverted thinking, but it's essentially you're scared of the sensory. You're scared of the real world, and I've totally realized that with myself because when I enjoy certain food, I enjoy it for like the rest of my life. I have these like places that I sometimes get lunch from, and they know exactly what my order is because I go up to them and they're like, "Oh, so you want like fried rice, no meat?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do." um, and it's just like they just know because I go there so often, and I have like three places that know exactly what my order is, and like they know exactly who I am. And sometimes I even have like sometimes they have conversations with me about. Sorry if I keep looking. You know what? Yeah. Okay. Sometimes they just have like conversations with me. They're like, "So, how was school?" And I was like, "Yeah, it was okay." But and yeah, so I first of all, it's really fun that I made friends like that. But or I don't, or like acquaintances that are kind of just slightly more than acquaintances, but still acquaintances. But it's just, we're scared of experiencing things outside our realm of knowledge, which is odd because you're gonna experience you're only gonna truly enjoy things that are outside your realm of knowledge, because once you do that, that's just what it is. Like, you, tomorrow if I try, say, a new tea, like, I wouldn't know if I like it or not unless I do it. And I think most ENTPs are scared of kind of just putting themselves out there because it's intimidating. It's extremely intimidating, and this is like our biggest sort of, well, at least for me, I'm now realizing that it is, because I go to the restaurant and I'm gonna order the same food, and I have this sort of, I guess we just get comfortable in one place and then we just don't want to move from it because we're scared about what potentially could happen apart from that consequence that we do know. And trying to maneuver apart from that one consequence that we have is difficult for us. It's difficult for me, and it's just, it's something that we're comfortable in. What's now, I'm just talking about like me going to get food or get lunch, but if we think of it from a more broader, bigger point of view, this is gonna stop us from exploring so much in life because we're just gonna be scared. We're just gonna be scared of putting ourselves out there and doing whatever it is that we want to do, just because of this fear of, well, essentially failure. And nobody wants to fail. Nobody wants to fail, for sure. But I think when it comes to ENTPs, we really, really get comfortable. And I made this video, in fact, I think it was the last video that I made, and it was about like burning out. And I was just talking about how we prioritize fun more than we prioritize work. But even with this fun, that fun is just so tried and tested, at least for me. And this is something that's also difficult for INTPs to do, because their SI is still on the lower spectrum, but they're definitely better than ENTPs. And yeah, I'm scared of the fact that I'm just going to live in oblivion, kind of, but also just I'm scared of the fact that I'm not going to do something because I'm not sure that I have the potential to do it. Okay, if there's some, take the giant leap of faith, I think is what I'm trying to say. Because once you do that, it's important for us ENTPs to realize that living in this scared mindset is not going to get us anywhere. You know why? Because if you don't try, you're always in this like mindset where you're like, I didn't try. And if you're unhappy where you are right now, then you might as well just try and fail, you know? And if you do fail, then you're back to square one. But if you don't, you go a lot of, you go a lot. You just go higher, and going higher is better. So I guess my advice, which I'm totally not in place to give at all, because, well, but also giving advice is so much easier than taking it yourself. But yeah, my advice is that just try it. Jordan Peterson, I'm reading Jordan Peterson, I can't pronounce his name, Jordan Peterson's book, The 12 Rules of Life, Antidote to Chaos. And he talks about how not ENTPs, he talks about how the possibility of us stumbling upon success is very low because of the fact that you can't just get successful by accident. So we should really just put ourselves out there and really, give it our all, and not be scared of the consequences, which is what I'm really trying to right now focus on, because I'm just too scared of the what may be, you know? And I am not living to to not my best self, but to a self that I think would potentially make me the most happy. I'm just not doing that. I'm not executing because, again, I'm scared of the sensory world. I'm scared of sensing and understanding that, like, sensing thing. Like, it's just a fear. It's my, it's not insecurity, but it's definitely something that, well, yeah, insecurity to a certain extent. So, conclusion, my friends, is that try out stuff. And if you fail, big deal, you failed. You're just back to square one. But if you don't fail and you get at least somewhere with it, a little bit, it makes you feel better and makes you feel like you did something and that there's still hope for you in life in some way. Obviously, not everyone's as existential and like crazy as I am, but for those of you who are, just enjoy. Um, but yeah, let me know about your experiences with this stuff if you're in ENTP or you're not, or if you're just here for the SI part, which was not, I didn't talk about it that much, but it was there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, if you didn't, then tell me what you didn't like about it in the comments so that I can work on it next time. Hope you related some way or another, and later.